don't move to Thailand. Don't move to Thailand if. I put on the title, don't move to Thailand. I left off the keyword if. And for this video, I'm gonna do 12 of those ifs. Don't move to Thailand if. And then for each one, I'm gonna do like a little teaser, how to mitigate each one. So for this one, the first one, don't move to Thailand if you pick the wrong place. The only way to know if you picked the wrong place is to try different places around Thailand before choosing one. And I just came off 30 Thai cities in 30 days. I did 30 videos all around Thailand, asking the question, would it be a good place to live as an expat? And what happened was I got some messages and comments from you guys asking about different places. So for this video, I'm giving you kind of a little bit of a teaser. The 12 common things that probably can be avoided, the ifs, with a little bit of thought and planning. And I made the mistake when I first tried to move here. I only had one place in mind because I had only been to one place, which was Chiang Mai. And what I found was, after exploring Thailand a bit, Chiang Mai wasn't my favorite place. And I ended up here in the south of Thailand, Suratani. I like a more local feeling. I like less traffic. I like less tourists coming through. I like a place where I can just kind of focus and kind of have it be a little bit more peaceful. It's really easy to hop between destinations and hang out for 2, 3, 4 weeks on each place and see if you like how it feels to you before making that decision on where to move. And by the way, you might end up picking 2 or 3 spots or renting 2 or 3 places around Thailand because it's pretty affordable to do. A lot more so than in the US, which you couldn't do that. It would be probably cost prohibitive for 99% of us, but you can do that in Thailand. And for this vlog, I'm gonna hop a little bit between here, Suratani, and Bangkok. Next stop would be Bangkok, and I'm gonna miss some don't move to Thailand ifs. For the ones I miss, go ahead and list them in the comments, but the only catch is you have to leave the mitigation part too. When I hop over to Bangkok, you have to forgive me. The noise was kind of loud, so the microphone was kind of amplified. Don't move to Thailand if it's to fall in love with the wrong girl. There's a lot of girls here, and it's one reason a lot of Western guys love moving to Thailand, but you have to be selective. You have to take your time. That's the way to mitigate it, and wait. Just don't fall in love with the first girl that you meet at a go-go bar. Don't move to Thailand if you're gonna try to open a business. Too many guys come here and they think they'll open a business and maybe they're married or they have a girlfriend and they open it with her, and it just doesn't work out most of the time. And it's hard. It's hard because you have to jump through some hoops here, bureaucratic hoops that don't necessarily work in your favor. So don't move to Thailand if you're gonna try to open a business here. How do you mitigate that? Have your business based in the US or your own country, and if it allows you the freedom to live here, great. Or teach English here. If you're trying to generate revenue from Thailand, being in Thailand, do something that probably has less headaches than trying to open a business in Thailand as a foreigner. Don't move to Thailand if you're trying to be cheap. And here I am walking at one Bangkok, one of a number of places in Bangkok that are upscale, and they have really nice restaurants and really good shopping, really nice hotels. And my point is, to live in Bangkok now, it's not necessarily cheap. Neither are places like Phuket or Koh Samui. So don't move to Thailand if you're trying to be cheap. How to mitigate that? 3 things. 1, don't believe the YouTube videos that talk about $600 a month, blah, 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 in Thailand. 2, if you do have a limited budget, definitely don't move to or try to move to Bangkok, Phuket, Koh Samui. There are smaller towns in Thailand that if you have limited budget, you can still have a good quality of life. Much better, I think, than being in the US on a limited budget. So you can move to places like Eastern Thailand or destinations in the north of Thailand where your money goes a little bit further. And then 3, if you do want cheap, move to somewhere like Vietnam. It's well documented on YouTube by people who live in Vietnam who compare Thailand and Vietnam, and they will tell you that Vietnam is cheap compared to Thailand. Don't move to Thailand if you're coming here to be aimless. How do you mitigate that? Have a purpose, some kind of hobby, whether it's art, whether it's volunteering, whether you have some kind of fitness pursuit, but have something that gives you purpose. Don't move to Thailand if, well, take a look at this guy. Jacket. We're all bundled up, and it's not because it's cold out, it's because it's damn hot. If you don't believe me, you can see here, 95 degrees. But I would argue if you don't like warm weather, you're gonna have to deal with it in Florida, Texas, and Arizona too. But yeah, it is warm weather here. How do I mitigate it? Simple. I don't like the cold weather. I don't like to shiver, especially as I get older. I don't want to be in the snow. I like it for about 5 days at a time. But I'll take this hot, sometimes humid, uncomfortable weather because to me, I lived in Arizona. Arizona's super hot too. And Florida's really sticky and humid. So it's trade-offs. I like being active. I like to go outside. I'd rather sweat than shiver. Don't move to Thailand if you can't surrender some of your Americanism. What do I mean by that? I was recently back home at a coffee. Right now I'm at a coffee shop in Bangkok. Reminded me of being back home for coffee. And I was just observing people come in and go. And a couple guys were on their phones just hustling, man. And it reminded me of me quite a few years back where I was just in the grind. Constantly phone, hustle, caught up in just the American way, you know, where it's intense. It's quite intense. And I think when you're in Thailand, things move slower. And it's just a more, I guess, natural pace. And I think for a lot of guys, it's hard to let go of that American, our culture where we're just intense, right? It's constant debate, controversy, and all that kind of has to let go in Thailand. How do I mitigate it? I embrace this kind of natural, more slow way of life. And I think what it results in, I feel a little more patient than I did, say, 10 years ago. I think I feel a little bit more present, a little bit more aware, a little more patience. So any of those things you read on the Buddhism inspirational quotes, maybe on a poster, I think it's real. I think if you're here in Thailand long enough, that way of life can start to be part of how your way of life is. So that's how I mitigate it. I kind of embrace the slower way, try to practice a little more patience, a little more awareness. Don't move to Thailand if you can't remind yourself on a pretty regular basis of some of the trade-offs. And I'm sitting here watching Joe Rogan, and he made me think of one.
The restriction zone is oppressive. People are nicer too. That's the big one for me. My feelings here are different. I feel I have less anxiety here. I feel like people are nicer. They're genuinely friendly. Like there's a guy in my neighborhood. I look forward to waving to this guy every day. He's an old dude who works on his lawn. And this motherfucker will wave at everybody who drives by. He's there digging and like, you see the cars like,
no, that's hilarious.
And every day I see that guy, I get ready. I'm gonna wave to my friend. I see him, I'm like, hey, waves at me, make a little eye contact. It feels good. I never got that in California. Nobody ever stopped from digging in their lawn to look up and wave at you at every car that passes by. This guy waves at every car.
So yeah, what Joe Rogan is saying about that guy, he talks about that waves to him and how it actually makes him feel better. I have to remind myself of the trade-offs that waving, that kindness, that politeness, it happens everywhere, every day, all the time in Thailand. And I have to remind myself of the trade-offs because things just don't get done like they do back home. There's really nothing like OSHA or building standards or accountability or sometimes things that feel unfair. And that's just part of living here. And then I have to remind myself about the trade-offs, the joyfulness, the politeness, the kindness, the things that just feel good to the human spirit. And I think it's so important when living in Thailand to constantly, at least for me, on a regular basis, remind myself of the trade-offs, especially during those moments of feeling frustrated with how things work in Thailand. Don't move to Thailand if you are prone to being a scam victim. Because what we see in Thailand, 95% of the guys that complain about being scammed, It's really has to do with one of three things. One, guys will be in a tuk-tuk like I'm riding right now. It's the first time I've ever been in one. I'm doing it to show you what it is. And two, they have a problem with the female, or three, they have a problem with some kind of business or real estate they did. My rule is don't do any business in Thailand. Stay away from it. The third problem has to do with females. And I blame the guy for that because they're just making poor decisions. And by the way, you can have a problem with a female back home too. In the US, I can't tell you how many guys complain about, thank you, complain about they were in a marriage or what have you, and they get divorced and they have a sad story. And the same thing can happen here. You can have a sad story here too, but you just have to be a little bit more particular about how you make your selection with females. Don't move to Thailand if you use social media unintentionally. In particular, Facebook expat groups that often attract a lot of bitter and sour expats, and it just becomes a downward spiral. So how do you mitigate that? Avoid all those expat groups on Facebook, at least most of them. I find that certain ones tend to be more toxic. Like for some reason, the Chiang Mai expat group can be pretty bad. How do you mitigate it? You can do different social media platforms like YouTube, like a lot of you probably already do. And what YouTube will do based on what you're searching for, if you're searching for positive things, typically that's what shows up in your feed. Don't move to Thailand if you plan to be the same version of yourself. And I have the international departures and arrivals behind me at the Bangkok airport, and abandon the old you from wherever you're moving to Thailand from, the US, wherever it might be, and do something new, whatever it might be. Maybe you write a book or whatever it is, you start a new chapter. Don't move to Thailand if you plan to be the same version of your old self. Use it as an opportunity for personal growth. Adopt a new hobby. For me, I love to travel. I love to explore. I love to dive into new cultures. I find it gives me new perspective about the world. And if you like to travel, you're going to love being in Thailand because it's the perfect jump off point to go all over Asia. You can explore places that 99.5% of Americans never go, like Mongolia. And the last one, number 12. Don't move to Thailand if you go at it alone. What do I mean? Anything regarding, say, visas, driver license, bank accounts, any of that stuff, don't go at it alone. Get an agent. There's a lot of visa agents you can hire, and they'll help you through it. And there's some good ones and some bad ones. You got to get a good one. Otherwise, you can try to do this stuff on your own, but it's going to be a true test in patience and just your sanity. So I think you have to put a price tag. How much is your time and your sanity worth? And based on that, just hire someone to do all this bureaucratic stuff for you, because in my experience, I've done it on my own. It's been a true test in patience, and I'm pretty detailed. I'll get the checklist and go straight down the checklist and do everything they're asking for, only to be told to come back tomorrow or go do another photocopy or something. And it's a true, how do you say? It's a true adventure in almost feeling crazy. But you can do it. It's just not worth it to me. I think you have to evaluate how much your time and your sanity is worth. And if you value those two things, just hire someone to do this stuff. You know, for about $500, they can do it all for you. Don't move to Thailand if you go at it alone. Get help. Have somebody assist you, a visa agent, a good one. Not all are good. Don't take advice from all the expat visa experts in Facebook groups. Half the time they're wrong anyway. So that's it. I missed a few. I listed 12. The ones I missed, go ahead and list them in the comments. Just for sure, when you put those in the comments, also do your little teaser, how you mitigate each one of those. So that's it for this vlog. Don't move to Thailand if, and it can be a good experience. I think coming down the path of deciding to move here, it can go a lot smoother and more enjoyable. Or I've seen guys, they come here and they try to do the 12 things I listed in this video, and it doesn't go so well. It's a bumpy road. They go back home with a sour taste in their mouth, and it doesn't have to be that way. Hopefully this video was kind of helpful, or at least gave you a few new ideas. I intended it to kind of have some fun with this topic. And everyone, until then, I will see you on the next episode.